Welcome to the His House. It goes down at the motherfucking His House. I like being at the motherfucking His House, where you get celebrity tea and gossip, make predictions. We sip tea and per tea live on stream, not edited, straight off the dome. And we sip tea at the His House, get lit at the motherfucking His House, sip tea and hear all about it. Let the DJ motherfucking His House. Yeah. Her teas. Hey, what's up, my lovelies? How you doing? Well, now that I know you're doing pretty lovely, let's get into this party on me. We're here to talk about that Ouija board. That Ouija board. Hey, that Ouija board. That Ouija board. I have a little story time that I want to get into. I may have shared this before, but baby, I'm gonna share it again. And it deals with some little folks. Okay? Cause baby, y'all watch these motherfucking kids. Okay? I had the experience of um supervising some kids at one time, and I try to be a little mentor to them, tell them the right ropes or whatever. And I this is experience with me interacting with them from time to time. Now I was on the beginning of my spiritual journey, but this is when I realized kids be on that stuff too. I mean, from having Ouija board photos on their laptops, iPads, and I was interacting with them from time to time. And I knew their parents were spiritual because of how they came and presented themselves. And that was the first time I realized I was around so many spiritual kids. And that was, like I said, early on in my spiritual journey. I mean, they would have crystals, they would have evil eye bracelets, they would be drawing Ouija boards everywhere, and it freaked me out. But when you're on your spiritual journey, a lot of things are gonna freak you out, so you want to tap more into it. So I would be like, don't put that on your computer. I don't think you need to have that on there. And they wouldn't listen to me. Of course, they did what they wanted to do. They would have like um computer. So basically, they were able to use this stuff without having a board present. So let you know that these kids were dabbling with this stuff. And I just chalked it out because I'm like, they're good kids. Don't trip too hard. Kids will be kids, because when you're a kid, that's when you want to play in a mirror, call Bloody Mary 3 times, spin around, and all this weird stuff. I've heard other stories and stuff like that. So kids, for some reason, that's where it's tricky. That's why you gotta watch these kids, because if especially if you in the spiritual realm, let your kids know about it early, because they gonna find out one way or other. And at this time, I didn't know parents were telling their kids, but I guess it makes sense. Because now that I'm more spiritual, of course, I'm gonna let my kids know about the spiritual world when I do have that situation arise. So at the end of the day, it was like, it was so weird because they were pissing me off because I would just walk around, and where they would be sitting, I would find these folds of paper, or sometimes I would just find little pieces of paper, and guess what was on the paper? A Ouija board. So you don't have to have a physical Ouija board, folks, to think your kids are not playing with Ouija boards, baby. They is playing with Ouija boards. Well, hopefully not. But these kids was my first experience with kids who were so spiritually inclined, because I am not gonna be the person to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a Ouija board. These kids were making Ouija boards with paper, putting it on their iPads and stuff like that, and using. They don't need actual physical boards anymore that you can buy at Walmart, I think, or somewhere they said they sell these things. So stop playing with these kids, okay? And dealing with this, a situation happened that I'm gonna get into. Just stay with me, okay? So basically, it was pissing me off because I was like finding this stuff, and I'm like, what is this happening for? I've never seen this. And I would talk to these kids, and I'd be like, I don't know if you want to play with this. This is really nothing to be playing with. I done heard some stories. They didn't care. Apparently, they was tapped in, and I didn't know they was tapped in at the time. Okay, and I was trying to get in, even though I wasn't trying to get in where I fit in. Baby, they was already in, allegedly. I was like, God dang, these kids actually want to play with this stuff. They did not care. They was doing it like it was a game, like little a game. And I will tell you why it wasn't a game in a minute. Okay, so basically, the crazy thing is, I know people that I've heard, who, as a child, someone I know personally, as a child, they were said to have had one and been playing with it. And there was a person that would want to keep to themselves a lot. They would lock themselves in their room. And I realized as they got older, they turned out to be spiritual, very spiritually inclined. So I do feel like a spirit was interacting with them. And there's other stories, a reason why I would say that, but I'm not going to get into it on this situation. But low key, this person, I feel, also had experience of possession. I'm not gonna get into that experience either as they got older. So you have to be careful when dealing with these spirits, because I have heard sometimes they will try to take over. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. Okay, nothing too much, right? Okay. All right. So that's the gist of that. That story can go in deeper, but I'm not gonna even go there. Okay. And to be honest, I didn't even know the person had a Ouija board, but it was just they was acting weird, and we just started talking about them, and that had came up because somebody who knew them and knew them, like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, so basically, the story that I'm trying to talk about was when despite me trying to get onto these little ones and stuff like that, try to teach them to go the right way, because I would see them from time to time, they didn't care, right? Because I said they was already tapped in. So one time it made me mad. Okay, now keep in mind, through the process of this, it was one particular child. I call her Beatrice. I would get into it with this child for no reason. Like every time I would say, "Will you do this?" She would have attitude. I would say this attitude, and I just was like, okay, fine, that's cool. And Beatrice and I we was cool prior to then, but after so long, she was just really smelling herself. She was really coming for her, right? So I would just ignore Beatrice, and some of the other kids started to ignore Beatrice because she was doing a lot. She was being extra for no reason. Like, at this point, are you trying to get attention? Because you doing too much. Okay, so I would just ignore it. And so I saw some other kids, they was away from Beatrice. I went over there to their little group to see what they was doing, checking on me, because kids would be kids. So you gotta like check on them. I was already finding little Ouija board papers everywhere. So I was like, okay, let me see what they doing. I was pissed. Guess what they was doing? On my mother freaking watch. Put it down in the comment section. You absolutely damn right. They was playing with a Ouija board on paper. And guess what the board was? They had their finger with the ring moving it over letters, bro. Yes, I told you they was tapped in, nigga. And that's what I found, that they was tapped in. And I said, put that stuff up. Don't do that. And so one of the little ones was like, oh, we were playing. It was talking. You want to know what it said? And stuff like that. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, what did it say? Because I was like, okay, I'm being nosy, but at the same time, I want you to put this up. They were like, well, they said that Beatrice is going to die. Darakatur. I must just put that on there. I was like, what? No, don't say that. Don't ever say that. We don't play like that. We don't say that. Put it up now. Put it up now. Put it up now. Okay? And they also said they don't like her mouth. And so they're going to do something to her to hush her up. And I said, basically in so many words, she was going to be a goner. And I was like, okay, this is too much. Why are y'all bringing up Beatrice with this thing? Don't play like that. Don't do that. Even though Beatrice is getting on my nerves, still don't play like that, And so I'm telling them to put it up, and they was like, we really can't. It's already said it's going to happen. And I was like, what did y'all do? And I was like, I don't know what y'all want to do. Y'all just need to stop it. When I tell you, bro, within a week later, bro, Beatrice got hit by a big rig truck. Was in the hospital. Now, she survives, but her face, she had reconstructive surgery. She had a lot of broken bones, fractures in her face. I'm thinking she survived, but I lost contact with Beatrice after that. But she never came back to that setting. It was crazy. And she was in a hospital the rest of that time, and I never saw her. So I really, like I said, that's how we lost contact. Far as I know, I think she didn't. She lived, but she definitely was disfigured and had to like go through a lot. That's what I'm gonna say. So when I tell you that that's what the mother freaking day that I learned that you don't play with Quija boys, and I learned that through some mother freaking kids that was tapped mother freaking in. And that's all the freak I'm gonna say. If you got a story, put your mother freaking stories below. I really don't want to hear them, but I do because I'm still traumatized. But at the end of the day, hope Beatrice hope she's doing good if she's still here with us among the living. If not, crazy. Crazy. Like literally, I think they said she was in a car with her family. Um and I think she was the only one who got injured. Um and the truck hit her side or something like that of the car. A big a big truck, diesel truck hit her, Beatrice, after they had just said that Beatrice was going to be a goner because the board told them that. So y'all stop playing with these boys. Stop playing with me. You can believe it if you want to or not. But when they said that, I already knew something was on Janunu. Like we're not supposed to be playing. That's why I was like, put it up. Put it up now. What are y'all doing? Y'all playing with me. I done told y'all, And I've already had this feeling like, oh, they done opened up a can of worms. And when I tell you within a week, Beatrice was gone. I didn't see Beatrice, I had to do calls to the family, stuff like that, check on her, stuff like that. It was a hospital. Me, and the sad part is, I didn't go see her because I felt bad because everybody was going to see her. I just wasn't that girl. I was just like, I already traumatized about that. And I even told the parent, which is crazy. I don't know why I told them. Maybe my bunkers. But I just feel like she needed to know. And I also told her that was a little traumatizing to me and that I don't deal with hospitals like that. So I didn't even go see Beatrice. That's why I said I lost contact. I didn't know how she was doing. And I was traumatized. And I'm still to this day, it gives me chills. Just a little bit. Thinking about it. Yeah, that part. DK his house. That's my story time. And I'm not capping. Welcome to the His House. It goes down. Welcome to the His House. Where we go down.